Good morning, you guys. So I'm headed down here towards the Abbey because we have another day of VE Day events. Now, today is the actual 80th anniversary. So the entire royal family are heading down here to Westminster Abbey. So I wanted to try and angle myself somewhere as close as I can. They're being very strict on locations today, you guys. So a lot of people are trying to get access to the Abbey. Now, I don't know how close we'll get, but stay tuned. We'll see what we can do. There's also going to be a 2-minute silence at 12 o'clock, which is going to be quite poignant, remembering all the fallen. And this is actually VE Day, 8th of May, 2025. So we're being diverted like so many different ways, my lovelies. There's a massive security operation down here. Now, of course, I just casually thought I could rock up, film the King and Queen and the Princess and Princess of Wales, the Prince and Princess of Wales heading in to the Abbey, but it's not looking good, my lovelies. But they are commemorating. There is going to be a 2-minute silence to commemorate the fallen. So welcome back, my lovelies. This is VE Day, the actual anniversary of the 80 years since Victory in Europe Day. And there is a massive crowd assembling around by Big Ben. And I'm following these veterans who will also be attending the ceremony. And they're heading around to the Abbey. Now, they have access, of course, to the Abbey. However, we don't, so I'm not quite sure where we're going to be allowed to be a spectator. Oh, I see. There might be members of the public down there. Just bear with me a second. Okay, so here's the Abbey, guys, and this is where we're headed. This is the closest we can get, but we'll do our best. I actually have my little reporter step with me, so I'll be able to stand above everybody. Even if I stand behind, I'll be able to use my Zoom. But I assume this is where the royal family will arrive from. Seems to be a lot of construction work down here. Do you know what, to be honest? Maybe I'm getting a bit amateur-ish in this. I didn't expect there to be a lot of people. Well, much more fool me. It's quite a few down here. And I'm assuming all the usual YouTubers and TikTokers I know will be down here as well. So we're going to... Hi, guys.
Hey, you want to get down there?
Okay, so the police lady was very helpful there. She said if we come along here along Victoria Street, we'll have a better angle of the royal family coming in. I'll have to come back and buy her a coffee if that's the case. I feel like, yeah, this is probably going to be a better angle, you guys. Oh my God, join me on a little walk of VE Day around the back streets of London. Another glorious day, my lovelies. Now, there's been a couple of events this week, but none of them have really tied in timing-wise. But of course, we couldn't miss the opportunity to film the royal family on the way in. So hopefully I will get the good angle. I've been so stressed all morning trying to get here on time, but I just didn't expect it would be this busy, but we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned until I find the spot. Okay, so I've been told now that this is the only place we can come as a spectator. Look, it's an adventure either way. Let's go have a look and see what we can get on the day. Now, I see some spectators on the other side. Ideally, what we're trying to get is a view of the entrance to the Abbey. I'm a little late, obviously. But again, so it's now just coming on 11:20. And the service is at 12. But of course, that will be after the observing of the 2-minute silence when the nation will remain silent for 2 minutes to commemorate the war dead. So let's see the best angle we can get here, you guys. There isn't an awful lot I can do, unfortunately, as they're restricting me to this. Oh, okay, this isn't too bad. I can get myself right up here. You see what I'm looking at? And I have my step. So hopefully that will enable me a better view. Right. Okay, this isn't too bad.
Yep.
Okay, as close as I can get with my step. Go beside the press here, I think. It's a good idea, guys. Okay, you guys, so this is what we're facing right now. Now I am on my step, so I will attempt to get the best visual, but there is a kind of a barrier in my way. I can't seem to run at the moment. So this is around the back side of the Abbey, and this is where the veterans are arriving in here. There's a lot of construction taking place on the Abbey at the moment, but this is the angle we're going to get when they do arrive. We'll try and source this without that. That would probably be our best bet. We'll do what we can anyway. That's the best we can do. It should be okay though. Actually, even better angle there again, you guys. I think it'll work a little bit better for us. Okay, perfection. We'll see what we can do. Well, thank God for the step, you guys, or else I wouldn't have been able to get anywhere near it. This is like the crowd in front of us. It's like 3 or 4 deep. So they must have been here super early this morning. And that is what's on the other side. So they're all waiting on the royal family to arrive. And this is where we will observe the silence as well today, you guys, at Big Ben. Okay, waiting game now, so it didn't come too late, to be fair. Just hope to God we have a good angle there. That's what we'll be looking for. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Am I paranoid, or is that guy staring straight at me, you guys? I could be all wrong, of course. I just have to be careful of this guy who's going to be right there. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. So you see all the major press are on the other side there, my lovelies. This is the one day they have not allowed the public to enter. So that looks like the Lord Mayor of the City of London, most likely, or does it? And Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, it looks like. Yeah, it seems to be arriving. I'd love to be able to give you a running commentary on all these dignitaries that are arriving, but unfortunately, that's Ed Miliband. He was the former leader of the Labour Party. So all the members of Parliament have just arrived there. They're being represented. Actually, it's an interesting day as well, because at 3 p.m. today, they're announcing details of a huge trade deal with the US. So that'll be interesting. They seem to have agreed a trade deal. And they will be arriving. An announcement will also be made at 3 p.m. today. So obviously nothing to take the focus of this. Actually, the royal family have suggested as well. They want this to be the focus on the veterans and remembering the war dead and their families who sacrificed so much, rather than any loose gossip surrounding a former, well, the present Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. So this is where all the dignitaries and the VIPs are arriving. A sea of who's who in British society. And of course, a lot of World War II veterans will be celebrated or commemorated today. What's quite interesting is we were talking about it. Today's the 80th anniversary, so in 90th and 100th anniversary, it's highly unlikely that regretfully any of the veterans will be alive by then for the next ceremony. So this one's quite poignant. And of course, we know the Queen and Princess Margaret. They snuck out this particular night 80 years ago to be part of the celebrations at Trafalgar Square. Nobody had any clue they were in the company of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Margaret, who themselves trained as mechanics during World War II. So the females, we can't forget the women of World War II and the representative and the part they played. There is a wonderful memorial on Whitehall. I'll bring you up there to see it after all of this is over. A fabulous memorial that commemorates the women of World War II. And the cenotaph is all draped in the British flag at the moment. So there's Big Ben announcing 11:30. And at 12, we'll be observing 2-minute silence. Don't quite know. Is that maybe Pippa Middleton, perhaps? Whoever it is, the outfit is magnificent. No, it's not. It's Rishi Sunak, the former Prime Minister, and his wife. How elegant. I'm trying to see as best as I can from back here, you guys. And here are all the veterans attending this commemoration service on the day, 80 years to the day.
Oh, what? Yeah, what's it called? Yeah, that's right. Oh. Yeah, okay then. All right then. Well, yeah.
We'll see David Cameron, former Prime Minister.
Let us know when you move, and we might wander around just to see.
And his wife attending the ceremony. So I'm assuming all the Prime Ministers will be here, the former Prime Ministers, perhaps including, will we get an appearance from Mr. Boris Johnson? Now, this is, of course, being televised by the BBC. So maybe there's just a string of the former Prime Ministers arriving together here. And can't quite see who that is. Perhaps from the back, maybe would be Penelope Mordaunt, I wonder? Possibly not. I'm just guesswork now, you guys. There's Boris Johnson coming alone, arriving alone actually, without his wife. He's hard to miss with a mop of hair. Yeah, I'm assuming we'll have very shortly perhaps Theresa May and no doubt Liz Truss, the shortest Prime Minister in history. The last Prime Minister during the reign of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Amazing to think that her first Prime Minister was Winston Churchill. And her last Prime Minister was Liz Truss. And I believe there's 100 years span in age between them, which is quite remarkable. Maybe more, actually. It's an interesting day because you can't help but think that this is the type of day the Queen herself, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, not the current Queen, Queen Camilla, would really have loved to have been a part of this ceremony, as it was so relevant to her life. And her father, of course, the wartime king, King George VI, the subject of the movie The King's Speech. An incredible king. When monarchs and were fleeing persecution from Adolf Hitler all over mainland Europe. King George VI refused to leave Buckingham Palace. Said he was going to ride it out with the British public, even though the palace itself was bombed 9 times. Oh. I apologize that I can't quite see them. This is the best I could do, you guys, under the circumstances. This is the closest we could get, including quite a few of the press here beside me as well. See them here with their cameras. They're freelance photographers, so no doubt they will be attempting to sell their pictures of the royal family. So trying to keep them out of the frame as well is quite the challenge. To try and cut out that gentleman's face out of it many times. So we'll have some, no doubt, dignitaries from the Commonwealth countries arriving shortly as well. This is the Mayor of Westminster. So we've also had the City of London Mayor arrive.
Construction workers spilling out.
Even the construction boys are taking a break, you guys, to see all the dignitaries arrive. So this is the current position down here right now. Let me just bring you back so you can see. Going around. So I assume they're arriving around Parliament, you guys. Here we have some arrivals. I'm just going to focus on the one shot here, guys. Now the first of the arrivals. This looks like former Prime Minister Theresa May, I expect. Excuse me, sorry, sir. This gentleman has just come in front of me with his child on his head. Now, you guys, let's see who's to come yet.
C'est dommage que tu aies les invitations.
Si, mais je vois rien non plus, en fait. Je ne peux pas passer le roi et la reine.
Waiting on a few more outriders to arrive. Sorry, sir, I'm actually filming here. Just be careful, please.
Aux infos, sinon. Allez, bon courage. Au revoir.
Now, you guys, let's see, they're out of the way. See how difficult it is to try to get this, you guys. That's how far back we are. Now we've more arrivals coming behind us. You recognize the sound of the motorbikes. They're on the way. Can have a look here. See the King and Queen arrive. That's it. It's most likely going to be either Princess Anne or the Prince and Princess of Wales first, and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Edinburgh rather. Yeah, they're all arriving now, you guys. So I'm just going to focus here. Quite a few arriving together. The Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, it looked like, and Princess Anne. Not our best angle, I'm afraid, my lovelies. Oh, that's the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh. Yeah. Cars get out of the way, but that's unlikely. As you can see, it's quite difficult to get a good image. There we go, that's a little better. Interesting. I'm not quite entirely sure if the children will be attending. His Royal Highness Prince George, Her Royal Highness Princess Charlotte, and His Royal Highness Prince Louis. It'd be interesting to see. But definitely their Majesties are in attendance. King Charles III and Queen Camilla will be arriving shortly. That has to be the King and Queen, as the temporary Archbishop of Canterbury is coming out to greet them on their arrival. And of course, first will be the Prince and Princess of Wales. Here they arrive. What's she doing? It's Prince William, His Royal Highness, and the Princess of Wales. Regretfully, we can't see them quite yet. Be nice if the car moved out of the way. There we have them. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the view we wanted, my lovelies. They're going to keep the cars there. So they're going to pull up outside the Abbey. Anyway, we'll find more to see afterwards. Now they're on the way behind me. I can hear them. Here comes Purple Bentley One, no doubt. Yes, this will be the arrival of the King and Queen. Regretfully, we're not going to be able to see them up close and personal, but I think we've done that enough of times, haven't we? There's Bentley one. Let's see if we can get any view at all. It's unlikely, I'm afraid. So typical. Well, at least we see the Royal Standard flying from Bentley one. Maybe when they're going up the steps, we'll see how we can do it. Here we have how she looks. The dress and the hat is magnificent. They've coordinated in their whites. Regretfully, not an awful lot, you guys, we could see there. But I'm not done yet. Might just hold tight. No, it was a bit of a waste of time, but alas. So just about now they're going to do the 2-minute silence, ladies and gents. You'll see inside Parliament there. It's quite a big crowd in around by Big Ben to observe a 2-minute silence. It's quite messy around here today, actually. The Abbey flying the Royal Standard. See, these are the crowds. Here we go. So this is the 2-minute silence. Let's see who observes it. Shh. Now, I'm trying to be discreet about this, you guys. I've actually made my way into Parliament. One of my colleagues has got a bit of insider information that might be a meet and greet. He might be walking around now. I don't know if this is going to happen, but if it is, I think we're in the right spot. So let's see if we get it this time around. Just getting a little preview of what's around here, you guys. So obviously, as you can see, they've closed off all of Parliament today because the service is still taking place in the Abbey. Now, we know that the King and Queen will not be leaving in the cars from here. They'll be leaving from Victoria Street, but we're right here by the RICS and the Supreme Court building. And crowds are gathering. I'm not quite sure what for, but alas. We're all at the barrier. And this is what it looks like in a high security operation right here. So if anything happens, you guys, I'm trying to be discreet. I'll let you know. So we're trying to figure this out. We're going to wait and see, you guys. I'm standing up on my step. Everyone thinks I'm uber tall, but I have it ready to go. Okay, we see the Arab Abbey gates are opening. This is quite interesting. They seem to be leaving a lot of people out that direction, which is kind of not the norm. They usually leave by the Nicholas Hawkmoor Towers, but alas, there's quite a few leaving from here.
Yeah.
This could be interesting, you guys.
Yeah. I think it's just going to go even that way, but you couldn't get round that way.
No.
So these are obviously dignitaries leaving from this side, you guys. Service is now over. So
They're
we'll
going
see.
that way, aren't they?
Yeah. When they go Italy.
So I believe Her Majesty the Queen is going to be laying a wreath at the memorial to innocent victims after the service. So they seem to be leaving a lot of the vehicles leave from this direction. Now, quite possibly, if the king is to come out, he may come around this direction. Indeed, she has. Good for her. Lady sporting many, many medals. Titled First Chance as well.
Excuse me, sorry, gentlemen, come through.
Love that. Right in front of George Canning. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, this is it. It's going to happen. Yeah, he's going to get out. Okay, guys. Now let's see who's coming around. They're going to get out of the cars here. Yeah, it's going to be a meet and greet. But where are they going to go? Sugar, we missed it. See cars of Her Royal Highness, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh. So that was a bit of a waste of time, you guys. Look at this. So they've opened up Parliament, so there's not much happening after that. I'm not giving up, though. We'll head up towards the Cenotaph. I'm going to get some footage of that. And then, look how crazy it is down here now. Then we're going to head up towards the palace, see if we can find any activity happening up there. All right, let's do this. Next stop, let's turn the corner on Whitehall, and we'll see the Cenotaph all draped out with the British flag. So the beauty is Whitehall is still pedestrianised, you guys, but I wanted to show you, this is the balcony from where Churchill made that famous speech here in the Treasury on VE Day 80 years ago, announcing the end of World War II, even though he did make reference to the fact that it didn't fully end in its entirety until the Japanese surrendered. And that took place early December 1945. So the Treasury, another pivotal role. Right here is the Cenotaph. And very rarely you see it like this. It's all draped out in the Union, the British flag. The British flag. I believe by all accounts it's only the Union Jack when it's flying from a ship mast. It's the British flag.
Jack when it's not flying.
Is it just the Jack, is it?
Just the Jack when it's not. No, is it just the Jack? No, it's just the Union. I can't remember which one of the.
Either or, anyway, it's not the Union Jack anyway.
Union Jack when it's not on a ship.
It's a misconception, isn't it? So that's what it looks like, you guys. And the street is currently still pedestrianised. We're just going to make our way along here now. You will see all the veterans. It's their big day out. Almost like their Memorial Day as well, because this is where they come to lay their wreaths of poppies on Remembrance Day to commemorate the war dead. So everybody coming to their photograph here at the Cenotaph. Of course, this is Lutyens who designed this. Let's get in front of these people here to get a better view. There you go. And what a better place to have it in the middle of Whitehall. On the left of us is Downing Street, and of course, on the right-hand side, the Ministry of Defence. What a very busy day in London, commemorating the war dead. It's quite interesting. The world's media are going to be down here as well today. Let's go and have a look, because they're announcing at 3 o'clock today, the Prime Minister will be announcing a massive trade deal that they've just made with the United States. It's being billed as big news. And we'll see the flags representing the armed forces. here as well. Let's have a little walk up here. So I expect there's a lot of media right up here as well, opposite the entrance to Downing Street. Now, whether or not this is a place where he will probably make the announcement outside the front door, I'm not entirely sure. There seems to be a big crowd gathering here for some reason, so let's go have a look and see what's happening. Oh, he might be on the move. There's bikes. Yeah, there is bikes here. So he could very well be on the move as well. Yeah, it looks like the Prime Minister is about to move. So we have the Outriders here as well. Let's go wait for him to come out. They're going to move us off the road anyway, so we might as well get a good position to see Keir Starmer come out as well. So these guys actually escort him too. Timing is quick here.
Get off the road, please! Get on the road! Get off the road, please! Woo! Come this way, please.
Going this way. Prime Minister on the move. Oh, there you have it.
I know.
So we're going to go and see. So there's still a bit of activity. There's a lot of people moving around today, you guys. So let's just have a look around. Join me on a walk. I like these days here in London. They're quite exciting. There's somebody always on the move. So let's go check out up around by the palace, see anything happening up there. Now, obviously, Horse Guards is a massive party tonight as well. The sun is shining on this beautiful day. So we'll head up by the palace, see if there's any activity, and if not, I'll leave you there. And that's another day of activity in London, guys. So it's amazing the characters you see that come out on days like today. He's wonderfully dressed. I'm assuming he's impersonating perhaps Churchill. Who knows? This gentleman is chatting to him. This is probably always one of the nicest views of the palace here as well, just over the bridge, folks, in the Royal Standard flying. They have the really large one out for today. Love that image. Be interesting to see. This is either, this is going to be either the Prince and Princess of Wales, Princess Anne, or the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh. Oh, it's Princess Anne. Not as successful as my usual royal adventure days, my lovelies, but you know, I'm going to throw something together and we'll put it up as a commemoration to 80 years since Victory in Europe Day, and a commemoration to all the veterans who lost their lives and all the families and the sacrifices they made during World War II. Sinead signing out here in Green Park, and 80-year anniversary of VE Day. See you all soon.